There's something about this theme tune right now that I listen to. It's got a different kind of people. You know what I mean? Yes. Never doubted you, boys. Never doubted you, Arsenal. Come on. All right. We got through to the next stage. 4-0. Absolutely tore them to shreds in that first half. And it could have been 5. In fact, it was like a toenail. If Emil Smith Rowe had clipped his toenails last night, he wouldn't have been offside. That's how tight it was. Jerome, how are you feeling after that game?
Oh, mate, feeling very relieved. You know what? I just said to Steve, I was not expecting that at all. Arteta probably planned for a few different scenarios, like maybe at half-time if the game was going a certain way, but I bet he didn't plan for being 3-0 up at half-time. And that was it.
I mean, the way we went for it, it was just after that first goal was just like, they're just relentless. They just kept on trying to batter down the door. Yeah,
every time we attacked, we looked like we were going to score. And everyone was going on about Slavia Prague haven't lost at home in so many games, but you know, out of those games they've played, how many times have they come up against like a Saka and a Smith Rowe? Like that's the difference. And Pepe was on it as well tonight from the left.
Come on, mention my boy. Mention my boy. You got to mention him.
What, Laka?
Yeah, Laka.
Hey, Laka. Look. You can't not Laka. Laka was brilliant tonight. It's not even my turn. Steve, go on. What you got for me? You wasn't expecting that. We saw the preview. You weren't expecting that, but how did you feel as you was watching it?
Well, it worked again, didn't it? It worked again.
Yeah.
That same formation, the same formation that's now worked. We've played 5 times, very sparingly in bits and pieces where really people haven't noticed. But it's the same formation, and it works every single time, and it gives us that more attacking. And well, you know, in that first 20 minutes, I mean, we were just probably the best we've played all season. I mean, just the game was over in
15 minutes.
No, I think it was over in a 7-minute spell.
Yeah.
I think Pepe scored in the 18th, then in the 21st, Lacazette got his penalty, and then Saka scored in the 24th minute. So, yeah, in about 7 minutes, it was all over. But yeah, I mean, we sat back at times, which was a bit strange, and we let Sparta Prague came on to us. I mean, we didn't have a lot of possession through the whole game. Funny enough, we only had about. Well, I don't know. I mean, at half time, we only had 39% possession. And
yeah, you had 39 in the end as well.
Oh, right, okay. But we had 6 shots in that, and 4 were on target, and 3 at the back of the net. Yeah. And that's all that counts. But as far as the players in the team goes, I can't fault anybody. Leno, we can't really say because he didn't have absolute nothing to do
I can't even barely remember a goal kick.
No.
Well,
Chambers was brilliant. I was a bit worried. You know, we were saying in the preview show that, you know, we couldn't work out why Bellerin, an established right back, and Cedric, an established right back, and Chambers was in there. But I think it all because of the way when we play the pivot, I think he suits that. And he must be doing the business in training. And Chambers is a good player. I mean, Fulham the other year, you know, a little while ago, I mean, he was player of the season. But forgetting that, just going through the rest of them, you can't fault any of them. The 2 at the back were brilliant. Partey had another good game. He seems to play much better in that pivot role. And I've come to, in my opinion, to my conclusion, I mentioned about the Spanish league. And when he's in that pivot role, he seems to have a lot more space. He has a lot more space to move around, a lot more freedom.
But is that because the other central midfielder draws the player away a bit more because they're a bit more attacking?
Exactly. but it still gives him that space that he's got when he plays in the La Liga, which he's known all along. Xhaka was absolutely outstanding again. I don't want to ever hear anything against that bloke again. He was outstanding again every week. But I won't go on about that. He was absolutely outstanding. Pepe again, fantastic. For me, he's a confidence player, and he just needs to keep playing. I've mentioned before, just playing. Just keep playing. If he has a couple of bad games, just keep playing. Let him have the confidence that he knows he's going to get picked, even if he has a bad game. And you'll get the best from Pepe. Fantastic. Over the moon. On to the semi-finals. You know, here we come. Coming to Arsenal.
All right. Jerome, how good was Saka tonight? I mean, we spoke about before the game about Elmore Smith-Rowe and Saka, and we shouldn't be relying on them, but how much of a difference did they make tonight?
Yeah, massive. Absolutely massive. He just looked so dangerous. I think the second half, he sort of relaxed a little bit because he'd done all his work in the first half. His goal was a quality finish. When he first broke into the team, I thought he was good, but I thought people were going a bit overboard with him.
But I think they were. I think they were, Jerome. Honestly, I think they were. Don't get it. I think you're right, though.
He was playing sort of left wing back or left back.
Yeah.
Since he started playing from the right, he's just so dangerous. And yeah, I think you're right. Like definitely without him, Arsenal they're nowhere near the same team. Him and Smith Rowe, they make you can say they make all the difference, not just a little difference. They make totally different team. I thought they should have taken him off a little bit earlier, to be honest, because as I said, after an hour or so, after 50 minutes, he's done his work. Get him off and protect him. They needed to score 4 goals. But yeah, incredible performance, and it's amazing that a player of his age is performing like this, like week in, week out. Yeah, and mate, you can't speak highly enough now of Saka. No. The work that he's producing for Arsenal.
And of course, we've got to speak about Nathan's man, Lacazette. 2 goals tonight, was it? I mean, Nathan, Lacazette's had his critics, but he seems to brush them off, and he's being consistent now and scoring goals. Do you think people should sort of get off his back now and just praise him and give him the sort of support towards the end of the season? That's it. He's our man to the end of the season, whether he stays or goes.
Yeah, well, I think that's his 15th or 16th goal now for the season. So he's done all right for this season so far. And obviously, he plays a little bit similar to the way I used to play as well. So I like him. I like him a lot. He's doing.
I knew there was a connection there.
He is a very, very good player. I've always thought he's a good player. I know there's been times where Arsenal have been struggling, but I know what it's like. When I watch Arsenal, I can see they're in like some kind of transition of trying to get that, the right team makeup, the right team that's going to blend right and make chances and stuff like that. And that's what I think. It plays a part in a striker's, output. And that's why I've always said to my friends, I've got friends at Arsenal supporters, I said, look, I'd take him at United because if he played, obviously not the way we play either, but like if we were able to set up goals for him, he'd score goals like he did in France. And I think that's what he does. But, sometimes you're going to miss your chances like he did the other day, and you're going to get frustrated with him. But some of the goals I've seen him score, quality, like power shots from nowhere. And he scores goals out of the blue as well. So I like that in him. I like that about him. I like that he's always on the move. And when you had Unai Emery, and you always had him playing with Laka. And it just looked like a dangerous front two. When you don't play that, I was like, man, they're looking to link up between each other. It's only a matter of time if something happens. and you had Pepe going up the right. Now you've obviously got Saka as well. If you got the right blend and you had them all playing, man, it's dangerous. It's dangerous, but you just didn't seem to get it right, and that's what I kept seeing. And I've always thought he's a good player. Always thought.
Steve, how much better does Pepe play on the left than the right?
On the left,
Yeah.
I think I just feel he just seems a lot more comfortable on the left to me.
Yeah.
Every time he plays, which is, William ain't going to be too happy. But for an Arsenal fan, I think he's fantastic.
I don't think people would be too worried about that, if I'm honest.
No. But he's just you can see the confidence in him.
Yeah.
When Pepe's got confidence, when Pepe's on it, I would go as far as saying he's unplayable.
He is.
Yeah,
he is. He is.
Rapid as well.
He's quick. He's fast.
Skillful.
Do you know what he reminds me of? He reminds you of someone, an old Arsenal player, Nathan, I know very well. But when I watch him, I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know what he's going to do next. Is he going to backheel it? Is he going to go round the player? What is he going to? Is he going to flick it over the goalkeeper's head? And that was very similar to what Carnu used to do. I just don't know what. I'm not saying they're very similar in players, but similar in the fact that I just don't know what they're going to do next. And that's great for Arsenal fans to watch anyway. Just for on an entertainment thing. But like I said just earlier before you asked me the question, Pepe's a confidence player, and if he knows that he's going to be playing every week, you're going to get the best out of Pepe. You see what he could do in France. I don't want to hear none of this about this Farmers League. That's just for people who don't know nothing about football, right? Nothing. There's no such league as a Farmers League.
Yeah, the Farmers League, they've managed to knock out Bayern Munich in the Champions League. They got to the final of the Champions League last season. That Farmers League bred bloody Mbappe. Like, should we keep doing this? Should we keep running this narrative about these Farmers Leagues?
Yeah,
people think silly things about that, isn't it?
I know.
It's ridiculous. There's probably a Farmers League down in Norfolk or something, where the actual farmers have a game of football, and they've called it the Farmers League. Other than that, there's no such thing in football called a Farmers League. That's just an insult to professional footballers, and that's bang out of order.
You know what happens? You get people that they just try and use something to support their argument. Like a friend of mine, I'm talking to him about Cavani playing so well, and he's really good, he's world class. And my friend's like, no, he misses so many easy chances. I'm like, yeah, but he scores so much difficult chances. And you see the amount of goals he scored. And he's like, yeah, but that's in the French league. And I'm like, and Mbappe's in the French league. If you just didn't know that. These players are in the French league. He scored over 300 and something goals in his career. The guy's a world-class finisher. I'm telling you now. He's like, no, it's French league. I'm like, okay. That's everything,
You can't tell.
Oh, it is what it is. It is what it is. Jerome, so Villarreal in the next round. Unai Emery comes back to the Emirates. Is there any little bit of worry in you?
Yeah, there is.
Is that more because it's Arsenal and less because it's Villarreal?
Well, Emery's got a brilliant record in this competition, hasn't he?
Yes.
So, you couldn't. I mean, I guess you could. They got to play against Emery, but you look at their squad, and there ain't too many players that stand out. They've got Etienne Capoue, used to play for Spurs. They've got a centre back called Paul Torres, who's top draw. But I mean, it's all set up brilliantly, isn't it? Like, and it's only in a couple of weeks. The next round's only 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, very, very exciting.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of talk, isn't there?
There is. I mean, in one breath, it's like, oh God, Unai Emery, how good. But in another, it's good. Look, it'll be a nice sort of the story behind it, all the footage they're going to show. It'll be good. It'll be nice to have the geezer back. So yeah,
game in it.
It'll be a tough game, man. Villarreal are a very good team. Do you know, it very much reminds me of when Arsenal had Villarreal in the Champions League, when they had Riquelme. Don't know if some of you youngsters won't know about Riquelme, but he was a magician. And there was a tough team then, a tough team. They had everything in terms of like they were rugged, but they also had the Riquelme, had a bit of magic in their team, but they were very, very well drilled defensively. And it seems like Unai Emery's brought them back to that, where you've got a couple of gems in there, but the rest of it, they're the right players. You said it there, Etienne Capoue. Etienne Capoue was playing. You say Spurs. He was, I think, at Watford before that. After that, but Etienne Capoue was right for Unai Emery and Villarreal. So, and that's the kind of players he buys. He buys what's the right players. It might not be entertaining for some, but I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Be a tough game, but I think it's one that Arsenal can get through. Arsenal can get through to the final. I think.
It's a repeat, because isn't it?
Because I feel like it's a game that Arsenal know what they've got to do. There's no sort of there's no surprises with this team. You know they're a well-drilled team. You know they're a good team. You know you have to be on your best to get through to the next round. It's not like a Slavia Prague or an Olympiacos where you've got to get, not that you've got to get motivated for these games, but you look at these teams and you feel like you should get through, and it's more of a, if we don't get through, then there's a problem. Whereas this one, it's a challenge at the start and you've got to go for it. So, I'm looking forward to it.
I just hope it ain't as nerve-wracking as the 2006 semi-final when we got to the Champions League against Barcelona, because that's when we played.
That was horrible. That was horrible.
And I went both games, and that was one of the most.
Was it 1-0 over 2 legs?
Nail-biting game.
Yeah.
And am I right? I remember Seaman save a penalty, and possibly I think.
Lehmann.
Lehmann saved the penalty. Sorry, Seaman.
Yeah.
And
no, you're right.
It was like, it was nerve-wracking like no other. So I hope it ain't like that, because that was. But I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. It's only 2 weeks away, and it's gonna be good. It's just do Arsenal now wrap some players up in cotton wool? I think there is a shout for that.
Yeah, but there's also a shout for these players need to play. It's a tough one. It is a tough one. There's an argument for both. I think you play them, and then if the game's won, you to pull them off, or you've got a squad here, so it's time to rotate that squad. But they still need game time. They still need fresh. They still need that competitive edge. You don't want to just switch that off and then switch it on. That's very hard. So I'm looking forward to it, and it's good to see a smile on everyone's faces. Two games on the trot.
Both wins.
Both wins. Both clean sheets, and 3+ goals in both as well. Yeah, no, it was very enjoyable. Thank you very much, Arsenal. You've not done it to me much in the recent years, so I'm gonna enjoy this one tonight. All right, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you everyone in the comment sections. Peter G's there. Thank you very much, Peter. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Boom. And go and give these guys a follow. Thank you very much for joining us, Steve.
Yeah, thanks very much, Kieran. Pleasure to be here tonight in more ways than one.
Thank you for joining us tonight, Jerome.
Yeah, of course. Happy occasion.
And thank you for joining us tonight, Nathan.
It's been a pleasure, and I think we'll be back at 3:15 on Sunday for the Man United game.
Yes, you will.
TV, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So, that'll be a great one.
Yeah. Make sure you join us. Nathan will be doing a preview on that. Hopefully soon. Soon we'll be getting some special guests hopefully on for Nathan.
Burnley match, I think we've got at Old Trafford. So.
All right, cool. This could be interesting. All right. Make sure you join us on the weekend for our match previews and our match reactions. Peace out, people.